So this morning is going to be super fun, and we're going to get started because it is about 5 minutes longer than we usually go. So we're going to get moving here pretty quickly. So jump on the roller. And as I'm explaining things here, you can be rolling out, and we'll get a head start on that. So this morning is every minute on the minute. And we're going to go through 5 times. So there's 5 exercises times 5 rounds for a total of 25 minutes. All right, so not super long, but longer than usual. We're usually around 20 to 23 minutes or so. So first movement, we're going to do 20 goblet squats within the minute. So whatever time is left over after you do those 20 goblet squats is yours to rest. The next one is we're going to do 20 two-hand rows. So as instead of doing a one-arm row like we did yesterday, two-hand row is just going to be 2 hands on the weight. If you have a dumbbell, you can hold on the outside of the weights or however you can manage it. All right, and we're just going to push those hips back, so we're hinged over at the hips, and then we pull that weight into your belly buttons. Think about taking your elbows, pulling them up to the ceiling. Those go pretty quickly. If that just isn't working for you, then you can go with a band. If you have a band, you can do a seated band row. Okay, but we're doing 20 regardless, whichever version you're doing. So 20 goblet squats, 20 rows, 20 10 each shoulder presses. So you can do whatever version you want, whether that's standing, kneeling, whichever, and I'll give variations as we go through. And then 10 lateral squats. So we do 10 lateral squats each side, holding that weight up under your chin. If that doesn't work, hold the weight down low. And then whatever's left of the minute is yours to rest. And then finally, wrapping up with everybody's absolute favorite, 10 total get up to hand. So we're pushing that weight up. If get ups are a suspect thing for you, then just make sure you're extra careful with these. But all we're doing is keeping that arm locked out. We roll to your elbow, push yourself up to your hand, and then we're back down. So we're doing 10 total, which means 5 each side. Okay, and then whatever's left of the minute is yours to rest. Again, we go 5 rounds, and then we call it a day. Okay, so we got a good Wednesday planned here. Thursday is usually a little bit lighter intensity, and then the big number 300 on Friday, which is going to be a ton of fun. Jacinta will have you guys for that. But yeah, if you make one other workout this week, try to make it Friday because it's going to be a good one. Okay, so let's go ahead and get moving here. We can push the rollers off to the side. We're going to do a hip press to start. So give that knee a hug, give one knee a hug, press that other foot flat into the ground. We're just lifting up and down, getting your cheek going here. Making sure your thigh stays close to your rib cage as you press up. And let's switch sides. We're gonna do a little bit more of a moving, active type warm-up this morning. And good, let's relax. Let's come over, roll over onto your side. We're gonna do a side plank from your knees here. All right, so we come up, we're on an elbow, both knees are bent. You got your knee on the floor. From there, we're gonna press up towards this. We're gonna do a side bridge press, just pressing that hip pocket up towards the ceiling. This movement is done by pressing your bottom leg into the floor. All right, so it's not arching your spine or bending your spine to reach up. It's pushing your leg into the floor. So let's go the other side. So to start with today, we're getting everything going around the hips. And good, let's come up to one knee. We do sort of a more moving hip flexor stretch here. So we're gonna push forward. So we stay tall and push that knee forward. Then we're gonna move the knee out to the side, push out over your knee. Right, so we're going two different directions, straight forward and about 45 degrees, but you're always gonna face the same direction. So it would be pushing forward into your hip flexor. Then it turns into sort of a combination hip flexor groin stretch. We're just working back and forth. Okay, good, let's go to the other side. Pressing forward. To the side. And good, let's go to a push-up position. So we take both hands to the ground. All right, we're gonna alternate between this push-up position and pushing up, letting those heels drop down so we get a hamstring stretch. All right, so we're just going from push-up to like a downward facing dog. We'll cycle between those two. Think about getting a shoulder warm up out of this as well. So not only are we getting the stretch, getting the shoulders as well. And good, on your last one, let's step one of your feet up forward next to your hand. Okay, whatever side you brought that leg up on, we're gonna rotate and close. Open up, close it down. And let's switch sides. You're gonna be turning your chest toward the leg that's forward. And good, let's go ahead and stand. We're gonna go 10 bodyweight goblet squats or bodyweight squats. Just sitting down in between your feet, up and down, getting that movement greased and ready to go. And then let's step out to the side. We'll alternate lateral lunges. Same thing, we want to at least touch this movement before we start doing it with weight this morning. And relax. All right, we're ready to rock. You'll need one dumbbell or kettlebell for this. And we're going to be starting off with the goblet squat. You can hold that weight up under your chin or hold it between your legs with straight arms. Okay, we're going to get started in 10 seconds. So have your weight handy. 5 seconds. Getting started with 20 goblet squats in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So remember, as soon as you're done with those squats, the remainder of the minute is your time to rest. Halfway. Make sure we're keeping those feet flat on the floor, pushing your hips back as you go. The first movement should be hips pushing back. Then you can sit down in between your knees. Okay, two-hand row is next in 10 seconds. Let's go overhand grip if you can, so palms facing you in 2, 1, and here we go. As you push your hips back, your weight should be in your heels. Chest will be up. Don't let yourself round or slouch towards the floor. As you pull your elbows up, squeeze those shoulder blades together in your back. Halfway there. So if you're getting any kind of low back fatigue when you do that, let's bring your chest up a little bit more and think about pointing your tailbone up a little bit more. All right, so if you have low back fatigue, you're probably putting those back muscles on stretch. So we want to try to get those out of the mix. Okay, shoulder presses are next. We're doing 10 each side in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Palms should face forward at the top. Halfway there, time-wise. If you were with us yesterday, you should pretty much know how much time these take. We did the exact same, almost the exact same intervals yesterday. Ten seconds left. We've got the lateral squat next. Your feet are going to stay glued to the floor nice and wide. 2 seconds, 1, and here we go. So you can hold that weight under your chin or down, or you can make it body weight. You can alternate sides if you want. Let's just make sure we keep those feet glued to the floor. And even as you go down, your heel's going to keep pressing through the floor. Halfway there. Okay, wrapping up round 1 with 5 get-ups each side. We're just sitting up to your hand in 2 seconds, 1, and here we go. Whatever side's holding the weight, that knee will be up. Halfway there. Remember, we're not trying to sit straight up with the weight. It's almost a roll to your side, and then you're coming up. 10 seconds. That's the end of round 1. We're back up to the top for 20 goblet squats. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go, round 2. Couple ways you can do this. You can do them slow so you don't accumulate much of that burn. That leaves you with less rest time. Or you can bust through these quickly so you get more burn out of it, but then you also get more pure rest at the end. It's your choice. "15 seconds left. Okay, 5 seconds. We got rows. In 2, 1. Here we go. 2-hand row. Remember, we're thinking about using those shoulder blades, big range of motion with your shoulder blades. Squeeze them together and then let them come around your back. That weight should be hanging in between your knees. If it's out in front of you, then you know you've got your weight shifted a little too far forward. So we should be shifted back so much that that weight hangs right in between your knees. 15 seconds left. Shoulder presses next. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 10 shoulder presses each side. Halfway. Lateral squats are next. Again, we're keeping those heels glued to the floor. 10 seconds. All right, 2, 1, and go. So if you want to get more range of motion out of this, if you feel like the weight limits your range of motion, you can drop the weight. Okay, or you're holding the weight. Maybe that means you get a little less range of motion, but if you're getting to 90 degrees at the back of your knee, that's where we want to be. 30 seconds left, halfway there. Wrapping up round 2 with the get-ups in 10 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. 5 get-ups each side. Try to keep that straight leg heel on the ground. Halfway. Twenty seconds left. 10 seconds, back up to the top. Starting round 3 with goblet squats in 2, 1, and here we go. Keep a little bit of outside pressure into your shoes here. So you're thinking about spreading the floor apart. It'll keep your knees strong and sturdy, and your hips will help out with the movement. It won't just feel like your quads or your knees are doing all the work. Think about sharing the load with your hips. 20 seconds left. Rows are next. If it's just not working for you with the rows, the 2-hand row, we'll get started in 2, 1, and here we go. If it's just not working for the 2-hand row, just do 10 1-hand rows on each side. Kind of depends on the weight that you have and all of that. So if it's better for you to do 10 each side, do 10 each side. Pull that handle right into your belly button. Weight shifted back into your heels, almost like you're doing a little half of a squat. "20 seconds left. Shoulder press is next. All right, get started in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Halfway done with this circuit and the entire workout, so 12.5 minutes left. It means we're already halfway done. We're already past halfway done. Okay, lateral squats are next. Starting in 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. Remember, we can go for depth. Once you get the depth, then you add the weight. Sometimes it takes a couple sets of these to warm up, getting a good stretch and some work out of it. Halfway there. Ten seconds till we move on to get-ups. 3 seconds, 2, 1, 5 get-ups each side. Here we go. Halfway. Okay, getting back up to the top for round 4. Goblet squats in 3 seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. Picking up speed, going downhill now on the back side of this circuit. Halfway. "15 seconds left. Okay, rows are next. Starting in 2, 1, and here we go. Halfway there, 30 seconds to go. Shoulder presses are next. As you're trying to figure out how much energy to put to deal out for this set, keep in mind, after you finish this set, we've only got to do each of these exercises one more time. 5 seconds left, shoulder presses, 10 each side, and 2, 1, here we go. Make sure we're not shifting hips side to side. Everything should be nice and tall through your middle. Halfway there. Seconds left. Lateral squats are next. Okay, lateral squats. 2, 1, here we go. Remember, we're always keeping that heel down on the floor. Even push with it on your way up. This one tends to become like knee dominant for people. We want to push your heel down so that you use your hip to help. Twenty seconds left. Okay, get ups in 10 seconds, 5 each side. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. Halfway. Fifteen seconds left. On a lot of circuits, we've stopped after this 4th round. Today we've got a little bit of overtime. So make good use of it here. 3 seconds. Back up to the goblet squats. Last round. 2, 1, and we go. Halfway there. Done with those today. 10 seconds till the rows. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pulling that weight into your belly button. Weight hangs in between your knees. Make sure we're pulling with the back of your elbows, not just using your hands to pull it to your belly button. Think about getting those elbows up to the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Halfway. Shoulder presses start in 10. Getting rested, get strong through the middle. Ready, and here we go, 10 presses each side. Think about having a nice, strong base to push from. As the saying goes, you can't shoot a cannon from a canoe, right? So we want to be nice and strong through the middle so that you can push that weight up. And if you get strong through the middle, like strong like you just sneezed, you might find that weight pops up a lot easier than before. 25 seconds left. Ten seconds. 2 minutes to go here, gang. Lateral squats, starting in 2, 1, and here we go. Nice even pressure with your feet. Thirty seconds, halfway there. Last set of get-ups coming up. 10 seconds. The last minute of work. In 3, 2, 1. 5 get-ups. Here we go. Halfway. Fifteen seconds left. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and that's a day. Okay. Lots of good work there. Nice job, guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, you bet. Great work. And I'll let you get running. So awesome. See you guys. And again, if you can make one more workout this week, make it Friday. It's going to be big number 300. See you later.
Thanks, Brian.